Good afternoon and welcome to the Mornington Peninsula. Today I'm going to do something totally different, something I've never done before. While at the boat show this year, I met John Didge, the jig man. Now he introduced Savage Sea Adventures to this new weedless jig. I have Charlie's boat, his GPS spots. Let's go catch some flathead. I'll cook it up for Charlie because everyone knows he's a guts. Let's go. Snagged on the boat. Go look at this bad boy. Another bay trout. Charlie's going to be wrapped. Bring her into the boat. There you go. Bay trout's also really good for gummy bait too, so Charlie's going to be stoked.
Alright, I think we got something here. Oh, fighting me. Oh dear me.
What?
Oh. Right, I need my net. Okay. Oh, it's a big one! Oh dear, woohoo! Got food for Charlie now. Oh, look at that, my first flathead. I believe it's a blue spot flathead too. Charlie's going to be wrapped with that. These flathead are found in shallow water on the Mornington Peninsula, and they're also fantastic eating. Cannot wait to show Charlie. Oh, we're on again. Oh. Number 2 for the day. Let's go. I think not same as before. Bring it around this side. Oh, how exciting is this? I'll grab my net. No, I'll bungee it in. Beauty, how's that? Number 2. Right. Well, I already have one for Charlie to eat for dinner. I think we'll release this one back. Now that I've caught my flathead, I'm going to put my wetsuit on and show you the exact environment that they live in. Alright, now I've got my gear on and let's release this bad boy back into the wild. That was great. We released one of the flathead into the wild, and now we've got one more in the live bait tag to cook for Charlie.
We've arrived at our flathead destination, and I've got to say there's no real X marks the spot. Southern Peninsula Bay holds a lot of gutters, so it's a matter of trying all these different gutters and see which ones hold the fish. Now there's two types of fishing for flathead that I love doing. And the first one being bait. You can use pippy, you can use garfish, you can use salmon, you can use squid. All these things work well on flathead for bait. But over the last few years we've been having some great fun on these soft plastics, and we'll go over those a little later on. Now we've got to be careful here because it looks like there's a storm, the calm before the storm. It certainly does actually be a fact when that happens. Now, speed. The speed that you actually are moving when you're trawling is so important. Let's have a look at that. An important part of doing this trawling for flathead is your distance over ground or speed over ground, as most GPS have. Use your GPS. I reckon if you keep it around about 1.8, if you get 2, 2.5, 3, you're just moving too fast. Your jigs are not getting down. You just won't get a flathead. So make sure you keep an eye on that. Now, with Southern Peninsula Bay, as we know, it has a lot of current. So use that to your advantage to slow you down. If you've got, for example, as we have now, a flood tide, meaning coming in, you go up the current. If you go down the current, your jigs are going to go a lot faster because your boat's moving faster. If you can't get out of that scenario though, what I do is I basically just put it out of gear, count to about 10, keep an eye on the rods. When they start tipping a little bit, they're hitting the sea floor. GPS, yeah, 1.9, 1.4, back in gear. Simple as that. Keep an eye on the GPS, still 1.6, 1.8, 2, 2.5, bring it out of gear again. Count to 10, keep an eye on the rods, see if they're jigging. When you get down to that speed, back in gear. It really makes a big difference. So these soft plastics have been going really good on the flatheads, particularly trawling. Now, we featured these before on YouTube. They smell like garlic, that's because they are. They're actually injected with garlic. And if you match them with John Didge's jig, they're really, really effective. So I'm no expert, but Digi did show me, so we measured it up. That's a little bit big. I'm just going to knock the trim off a little bit. A knife there, just like that. And we'll get John Didge to show us this, but I'll have a little crack at it myself. So what I do is place it like that, bring it out, then twist it. It's a little bit different because this is a weedless jig. Just like that. And then from there, I turn around, place it there, bring it through, and I said I'm not the best at this. And there you go. And the idea, of course, is the barb is not exposed to the weed. That goes through the weed beds. Then the flathead comes up, nails it there, pushes the plastic down, barb's exposed, and you're on. The very first thing I do as far as picking out jigs is I use different sized jig heads because it's so important, again, because of the current. So I use a fairly large one to start off with, one of Digi's jigs, and Digi's jigs again, but a smaller one. It's a smaller head. And I also use different colours because, you know, you never know. It's the same thing as a squid. The silhouette factor is a big part of it, of course. We've got an overcast day today. You would think that the flathead will go for a dark jig, but you just never know. So I like to put out a light one and a dark one and then see what happens. Well, we finally got our flathead. Feels like a really good fish too. The big ones just feel like they're snagged at the start. They're not snagged. A lot of weight, a lot of weight. Nice fish. I haven't got my net. Just have to put this on here. Really nice fish. There we go. That was lucky I got the net, wasn't it, eh? Just dropped out. Okay. Alright. Finally got my dinner. And there you go. Plastics work well. And this is what we call a blue spot flathead, and you can see all the blue spots on there. There are blue spots. It's a bit of overcast, I don't know if you can see them, but they are fantastic eating. I absolutely love them, and as I said, 45 bucks to 50 bucks, I think, 55, the most I've heard people paying for them. And these can be caught on our beautiful Mornington Peninsula. I just need one more for dinner, and then I'm done. Well, there you go, our beautiful flathead in southern Port Phillip Bay. How clear is the water? It's sensational. Now, a lot of people have asked me about Bruce. Bruce is my little mascot. I purchased Bruce when Jaws first came out in 1975 in Australia, and he's been with me ever since. Yep, good old Bruce. He's looking a little bit old. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's show all on flathead. If you get out there, give them a go, and like I say, at $45 plus a kilo, they're certainly well worth fishing for. See you next week.